Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. This is our live neighborhood chat. Yeah, I didn't put up a. I thank y'all for coming and visiting me today. I'm glad y'all were here. And I'm going to have to tell you all that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will have my neighborhood. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I am back. I am still alive. Welcome in. Welcome in. Whoo, it's been a long week. I am not gonna lie. I cannot tell a lie about it. It has been rough. It has been rough. I knew if I ever got sick again and had to go in the hospital, I knew it was gonna be bad. I knew it was. Um, thank goodness I had started getting physical therapy at home before I got down because had that not happened, it would have been a lot worse than what it was. I mean, it was bad. I mean, I can't, I don't want to whine, and I'm not trying to whine and be a baby about it, but I don't know how many times I can come back from being that sick again. I mean, each time I get sick, it gets harder and harder to come back. Like right now, I don't have all my strength at all. I don't have all my strength. But physical therapy is supposed to come again tomorrow. The lady that cleans my house is supposed to come back tomorrow. My nurse came back yesterday to check on me. My home health nurse, but it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. Let's see who was here. Who is here? Hey, Delilah, how are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hey, Angela, welcome in. So glad you're here, honey. There she is, my beautiful twin, Claudette. Oh, I have missed y'all so much. Y'all just cannot imagine how much I've missed y'all. I talked about y'all at the hospital, told the ladies about my YouTube channel. They looked it up and been following. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, there's some great channels in here. Lisa's Fun Finds. I was so exhausted last night I didn't get to go over and beat in Lisa's auction, but Lisa has auctions. I think she's back to Monday and Tuesday, and she can drop her link down in there if she is she able to do that. Let me let me see. Yeah, Lisa can drop link. Yeah, and I'm so glad y'all are here. Hey, the Bud Files, welcome in. I'll have to tell y'all a few things after I get down here and welcome everybody in. There's Nez. There's my friend Nez. Welcome in, Nez. Good to see you. Poor old Lincoln is still sick. He's still got a double ear infection. She took him back to the doctor today. The antibiotic's not doing any good. This is his third antibiotic that he's been on. that has not even touched his ears. They started giving him breathing treatments today. Bless his heart. I don't know why that baby hadn't got put in the hospital. I hope he don't, but it amazes me that he hasn't already. And then Taylor was supposed to go to urgent care when she got off work because she's got her ears are hurting, her throat. Um, she got a headache. She's not feeling good. We have just been sick, and it's so unusual for our household to be sick. It's just not common for us to as a family to get sick. It's just not something that we do. Even James had the flu. And y'all remember me telling y'all to pray for me and hope and that I wouldn't get it because if I did, I would end up in the hospital. I don't know if y'all remember me telling y'all that or not. But I remember saying, please pray for me, or if I get it, I'll end up in the hospital. And lo and behold, I ended up in the hospital. Yeah, I'm much better. I still have a cough. I have a bad cough, but they said that cough is going to linger a while. And I have drainage, but hey Julia, welcome in. So glad y'all are here. Well, there's sweet Margie. Hey Margie, how are you, sweetheart? I'm so glad you made it. Thank you for dropping by. Oh yeah, my medical staff took really good care of me, and every time I've been in this hospital, they've been really good. We had one episode that wasn't too good, but we got that taken care of, and everything was good. The lady that took care of me, the nurse's aide that took care of me every day while I was there, her name was Shawn, Shonn. She was excellent. She took really, really good care of me. And that means so much. I am so glad that y'all dropped by. I have some things to tell y'all. Okay, Nez, love you. So glad you dropped by. Hey, Angie's Oddities, how are you? So good to see you. Hey, Yankee Cow, how are you doing? Everybody speaking. There's Leslie's Lucky Finds. Thank you, Leslie. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I always said I'd be honest and truthful to y'all as a YouTuber, and I'm not gonna put makeup on a pig, but it was not good when I went in the hospital. I'm not trying to get sympathy or anything like that, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. It was not good to begin with. Um, I wasn't feeling good. It's a good thing that I fell because had I not fallen, I would have stayed here till I got really really bad sick. And by the time they would have got me to the hospital, it would have probably been too late. Because number one, I always feel bad, and I was feeling bad, but I couldn't get up that morning that James was trying to get me up. But I kept telling him I got to get up and get in my chair. I got to go to the bathroom. So I do have the lift chair where you can mash the button and it'll lift you so high and you can stand up. I just got that. So I do have that. Well, when I went to stand up, I was so weak, I wanted to sit back down. Well, when I went to sit back down, I just went straight to the floor because I was so weak. Well, then I knew James wasn't going to be able to get me up because I'm so big. And bless his heart, he tried. He and my neighbor tried. I said, look, y'all got to call the ambulance. Y'all got to call the ambulance. So they called the ambulance, and I had no idea that my breathing sounded any different because I'm always short of breath. I mean, I'm just always tired. So it wasn't anything that struck me as anything different, except I just didn't feel good. And they got me to the hospital, and oh, let me tell y'all, oh my God. They get me to the hospital. He comes in there. They do a flu test. I have the flu. They do an x-ray. I have pneumonia. He said, so we're going to keep you until we get this cleared up. Well, of course, they have to put a catheter in. And I don't know you women or men or whoever's in here that's had a catheter. It's not fun at all. At all. So when they come to put the catheter in, I was so dehydrated that it was awful. It was awful. I was screaming, y'all gotta hurry up. Y'all gotta hurry up. Y'all gotta hurry up. So finally they got the catheter in. James was standing there. He didn't know what to do. He was upset. He was beside himself. He didn't feel good. He had the flu. He still had the flu. He's still taking medicine. So they finally get me to a room. And what y'all don't understand is I don't sleep well anywhere I am. I just don't sleep well in a hospital bed, a regular bed, and a recliner, and a chair. I just don't sleep well because I'm in so much pain. So, of course, they put me over in this hospital bed, try to get me accustomed to staying in that hospital bed, which was another story in itself. But anyway, I got used to it. But I made it. Thank you, Nez. I just told James, I said, I don't know how many times I can keep getting down like that and coming back. I mean, it takes so much energy to fight back, to get back to where I was. And I just told him coming home from the hospital, I said, I just don't know how many times I can do that again. I don't know. I guess I'll do it until God decides that I'm not going to do it. You know, because I have a lot of fight in me, but it's just, and I wasn't eating anything. They would bring my food, my trays to me. And as soon as they brought that tray in, I would go, mm-mm. You got to take it out. Because the smell of it was making me sick. Let me tell y'all what else happened. So, last time I was in that hospital, they took my steroids completely away without even realizing it. And I stayed 45 days until they realized why I was so sick. Because I was staying nauseated, throwing up, sick. That was the last time. I didn't want that to happen this time. So all of a sudden, I started getting nauseated and sick like I was before when I was in there. And I thought, oh no, this is not happening again. What is going on? So the nurse brings my meds in there, and I'm the type of person I always check my meds. You know, I look down in the little cup and I get them to tell me what it is. And she said, this is your estrogen, my hormone, and this is your steroid, and this is your blah, blah, blah. So it was 2 little pills for steroids, which was 2 5s. And I said, how do you get 7.5 out of 2 5s? 2 5s make a 10. And she goes, oh, Oh, you're supposed to get 7.5. It's no telling how long they had given me 10 milligrams of steroids. And see, that's what was causing me to get nauseated again, is because they went from 7.5 to 10, and you can't jump that high on a steroid, especially being as long on them as long as I have. And they had jumped up to giving me 10, and I was staying nauseated again. And I had started crying the night before, telling James, I can't I can't go through what I went through the first time I was in here, being nauseated and sick like I was for 45 days. I can't stay in here 45 days, or I won't be able to get up and move. I'll be bedridden. But I did tell him when I first went in and got in the room, I said, look, get physical therapy in here today. Y'all got to get me up. I cannot stay in this bed. Because my son, he's in physical therapy, and he had already texted me and said, Mama, get them to get physical therapy in there ASAP, because if you don't, you're going to be in the bed and you're not going to be able to get up. And he's right. So they immediately got physical therapy in there and got me up. I said, either physical therapy is going to come get me up, or my husband's I'm going to sit up on the side of the bed, and my husband's going to get me up, and I'm going to stand up with him in here, which I'm already a fall risk. But I was determined I wasn't going to just lay in that bed, because if I did just lay in the bed, I was just going to be bedridden. I mean, that's all it is to it. I was just going to always be in the bed, and I can't be that way. I don't want to live that way. I don't want to live in the bed. So they started coming, which they were like, oh my gosh, we just admire you for asking for physical therapy, because a lot of patients are just lay in the bed and they don't want physical therapy. I said, I don't have a choice. I didn't want it. I felt like crap, but I knew I had to have it, And hey, oh mechanic, how are you? So anyway, there's something I haven't told y'all that I want to share with y'all, because it's something that happened at the hospital, and I want y'all to be aware of it in case y'all ever go in the hospital. So I have to tell y'all this story, but I don't reveal a lot about my sickness. Not that I'm ashamed of it, but a lot of it people don't understand. But I'm going to have to tell y'all something about my illness in order for y'all to understand what I'm talking about. So, Angie, I've been blessed to have been sober for almost 40 years now. Oh, nice, Kyle. Wonderful. Awesome. That's great. Hey, Jay, I want to tell y'all this. Hey, Bridezilla, how are you? In case y'all ever go in the hospital, I want to tell y'all this story. Hopefully it don't happen again, Angie. You have to stay away from Lincoln while he's still sick. Yes. I've already... See, I asked my nurse yesterday about that. I said, can I catch the flu again? And she said, you can't catch the strand that you had. But if he has another strand, like maybe I had strand A, he's got strand B. If he has, I can catch the strand that he has if I had never had that strand, So, I hate it. I miss him. I miss seeing him, but it's like I told Taylor. I said, I got to stay away from y'all. I got to get well because, and she's like, yeah, Mama, we want you here. You got us to get well and get stronger. But, I know, Leslie, and y'all, one night at the hospital, I'll just share this with y'all. One night at the hospital, I was feeling so bad. I was just laying there praying and crying. And I was thanking the Lord for everything I had, and thanking him that I was still alive, and, just thankful for just being still alive, because when I get sick, it's touch and go. Um, but I'm so thankful for my YouTube community. I missed y'all so much. Y'all mean so much to me. Y'all can't imagine the strength that y'all give me to want to continue to live and to go on. My family is a big part of my life, and they make me want to live and go on. But you YouTubers just do so much for me. And look, when I got home, I had so many boxes of stuff to open from my YouTubers. Y'all cannot even imagine. Cards, people wishing me, get wells, um, gifts, which I don't ask for that. And it just meant so much. And James told me at the hospital, he knew I was down one day. I was feeling down. And he said, "Look, baby, you got so many boxes of stuff to open. There's so many people that love you and care about you. And you just got to get well to get back. They want you to come back and be a part of their community." And it just meant so much to me. And it still does. It means so much. I love each and every one of you, and I would do anything that I could for each one of you. I love you, Leslie. So here's my story. Yeah, there's different strands of the flu. You got strand A, strand B. Um, I don't know how many different strands there are, but my nurse was talking to me about it yesterday. She said he's got to stay away. Anybody that has been sick over the last few days has got to stay away from you, because you can't go back in the hospital without it being very, very, very serious if you do. Hey, Lori, my friend, thank you for dropping by. Okay, so let me tell y'all the story that I've never told y'all. And I'm not ashamed of it. It's just I don't discuss this medical issue that I have. But I'm going to discuss it for this reason right here. Okay, I have something called diabetic insipidus. It has nothing to do with being a diabetic, okay? Because I'm not a diabetic yet. But when they were taking my sugar the whole time I was at the hospital. And one time it was 273, but steroids, and they were giving me steroids in my drip, my IV. They were giving me antibiotics. They were giving me breathing treatments every few hours that had steroids. So I was intaking a lot of steroids. So of course my sugar was gonna elevate. So uh I have something, and you can look it up. It's called diabetic insipidus. Has nothing to do with being a diabetic. So what it is, and I go to an endocrinologist for this condition, okay? It doesn't regulate the fluids that go through your body, because my pituitary gland has been affected by either the steroid or this disease that I have, which is sarcoidosis, and it doesn't work in this area. So I can't control going to the bathroom, my TT. So I have to take these drops, these nasal drops at night, so I won't go to the bathroom. And the nasal drops are called desmopressin. And they were originally made for children that wet the bed, okay? This is a very rare condition. I mean, if it's rare, I got it. So my doctor came in and she said, look, we don't have a way of getting your drops here. Could your husband bring them tomorrow? Your drops, and you'll just be without them tonight. And I said, okay. So I said, have you explained about my condition? She said, well, I'm having to read up on it because it's very rare and I didn't even know. She said, you should be under research as many things that you have wrong with you. You should be a study. I said, I know. She's very intrigued with my situation. She said, it appears to me you've been through hell the last 5 years with what's wrong with you. And I said, yes, ma'am, I have. But so what it does, if you don't get your drops, your brain tells you that you're thirsty and you can't get enough to drink. It's like you've run a race and you can't get your thirst quenched, and you just stay thirsty if you don't take your drops. And it affects your sodium and your potassium. And if that gets out of whack, you know it's bad. So during the night when I didn't have my drops, I started getting thirsty and I started releasing a lot of fluid, which I had a catheter. So I ringing the bell for the nurses, telling them that I needed drink. And I was craving Sprite, which I never drink, ever. But I was craving that. So during the night, I didn't get any sleep. And about 1 o'clock, I think I was on my third Sprite. And I called the nurse in there and I said, look, I've got to have something to drink. And she said, oh, we can't give you any more Sprite. We can't give you anything else to drink. Well, at that time, I just lost it because I was like, oh, no. She don't understand my condition. She doesn't get it. So at 3 o'clock, I called James. I said, James, get up here with my nasal drops because these nurses will not give me something to drink. He said, what? I said, they won't give me drink. He said, oh, no. I'll be there in a minute. Just hang on. So James gets up there and I can hear him out in the hall on these, trying to explain to these ladies about my condition. So they start being ugly to James, telling him to get his, what in my room and to keep his mouth shut and all this stuff. Well, you just don't do somebody like that. So I text James on his phone and said, come here. Just come here. We'll handle it when my doctor gets here. So when my doctor gets there, finally, I heard James said, do you understand what this disease is? It has nothing to do with being a diabetic. She's not asking for something to drink because just to be asking. Her body is telling her that she wants and needs this drink. She cannot help it. It's a condition. And the lady said, oh, I know all about this condition. And he said, oh, really? You explain it to me then, because her doctor didn't even know about it. So you tell me how you know about it, and her doctor does not even know a lot about it. Well, the nurse starts crying. Well, James said, and the nurse said, don't you disrespect me. And James said, I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just telling you somebody better get something in there to that room for my wife to drink now. And I mean right now. And he wasn't loud and screaming and just being ugly, but he was to the point of, look, don't treat my wife like this when you don't understand the disease. You don't understand the condition that she has. And see, they had told me they didn't have anything else, anything else to drink But that's not what they told me. They told me they wasn't going to give me anything else to drink. But they told me they didn't have anything else, which was not true. But after my doctor came in and I explained to her, and we never saw that nurse again. We never saw any of those two ladies again after that. And she said, I know the two ladies you're talking about. That's not unusual for them. I'll have a talk with them. You know, the doctor did. I had a female doctor, not my regular general practitioner. I had another doctor, and she was wonderful. Her name was Lauren. And thank you, Angie. Nice, Kyle. Some nurses and doctors think they have all the answers. James was simply telling her what your body needs. That nurse had an attitude. Yeah, she had a real bad attitude. And what she didn't understand was I could have got my sodium potassium out of whack, and it would have got really, really bad. And it could have went downhill really fast. If I hadn't called James at 3 o'clock, and he just immediately came. I mean, as soon as I was crying, I was saying, they're not giving me anything to drink. They don't understand, you know. And he was like, don't worry about it. I'm coming. I'll be there in a few minutes. Which is good to have a husband like that because, you know, I knew as soon as I called him, he was going to handle it. I knew he was. Because I know I've been married to him 37 years. I knew it. And I had told him on the phone, I said, now don't get all crazy, because he can get all crazy when it comes to his family. And I said, don't get all crazy. And, you know, just explain the situation to him and get them to get me something to drink in here. Which I don't know if y'all see, unless you have the condition, you really can't understand what I'm talking about. But if you look it up on Google, you'll see it's like you've run this marathon, and the whole marathon you hadn't had anything to drink. And your mouth is so dry, and even when you drink, you can't feel yourself swallow because you're so parched, you know? And so after that, we didn't have any more trouble out of anybody else. Hey, Gladys, how are you? I told James, I said, if I ever have to go into a facility, you know, like a home or a living facility, you know, if something happens to him or if I get so bad he can't take care of me, they're going to be ugly to me. There's no doubt in my mind, because they're not going to understand this condition that I have. They're not going to understand it unless they keep a catheter in me all the time, you know, because CNAs don't like to clean up a lot of mess, which I don't blame them. I mean, I wouldn't want to clean up urine all day, every day either, you know. Especially when you think somebody's just drinking a lot just to be drinking, but I wasn't doing that. My condition was causing me to drink. I'm sorry that's happening to you, Gladys. Oh yeah, I had some great nurses. I'm not gonna lie. It was just this one nurse and her boss and they were on the night shift. And for some reason, I could tell the difference. There's a big difference between the night shift and the day shift. The night shift is nothing like the day shift. The night shift wants you just to sleep and don't want to be bothered. They want you to just go to sleep, and they want to just sit there and draw their money. Of course, the day shift, you can't do that because patients are up. They're, being fed. They're being put in a chair. They're going to PT. They're going to X-ray. They're getting blood drawn. Y'all, let me tell y'all this. There was this little lady. Her name was Betty, and every morning at 4 o'clock, she would come in and draw blood because they were testing my levels. She would not give me any warning whatsoever about flipping the light on. And the few times that I was asleep, she would come in and she would just flip that light on, and this big light would come on, and I would tell her every day. I'd say, Betty, do you think in the morning that you could just introduce yourself and say hello and say, I'm about to turn the light on. I just want to let you know. And I don't know what it was. She was an older lady. I don't know if she couldn't remember I said that. She was nice. I don't think she was rebelling and doing it on purpose. I don't think that. But never failed. She never would say anything until she flipped that light on. And I would say real calm, good morning. How are you doing? She would ask me how I was doing. And I said, Betty, did you forget? I asked you to remind me that you was about to turn the light on. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Next morning, same thing. Never would remind me. So I just quit saying anything. Yeah, night nurses just want you to sleep. Yeah. Yeah. It would be nice to get some warning because this light she was turning on, it wasn't the light to the room. It was the light over my bed, that's behind you that shines down on your bed. And when she would flip that light on, that bright light would just be right there on top of me. But it wasn't something I couldn't live without. I could live with it. I didn't like to live with it, but I could live with it. But hopefully I won't have to go back to the hospital for. And now I have that skittish feeling about falling. Now that I'm home, I like James has got to go back to work tomorrow, and he works days, which I'm glad he's working days because I don't want to be here at night by myself. I'm glad he's not working nights. But I'm going to have to be here getting myself up off the toilet by myself and going to the bathroom by myself and moving around, which the lady that cleans my house will be here tomorrow. My physical therapist, I'll have people in and out. So each day I'm hoping I get stronger and stronger to get back to where I was, to be able to feel confident that I'm able to take care of myself like I was before I fell. But I just have that bad feeling after you fall, like, oh my gosh, the least little thing I do, I'm going to fall now. And I know that we have to call the ambulance if I fall. There's no way around it. The ambulance is coming. And I don't want that. I'm going to try to get my sister over here a day. She's supposed to come visit, so that she'll be here to help, for a few hours. And then I'm going to take advantage of all the physical therapy I can to get stronger, to try to take care of myself. So what have y'all been doing? Ella and I have our Keeping It Real show this Sunday on my channel. I got to get the thumbnail up today. Um, I don't know, Lori. I'm gonna ask if my insurance will pay for that. I'm gonna ask if somebody can come by for a few days so I can get more of my strength back. But I didn't want to stay at the hospital in a swing bed. You know, a swing bed is where you're there to get stronger. Um, Especially if I could get uh physical therapy to come to my house. I was ready to come home. I was ready to come home. I felt like I could get stronger at home than I could at the hospital, and I was ready to come home. So, uh, she asked me, did I want to go to a swing bed for a week? And I was like, I really don't. I really don't want to go to a swing bed. That would have meant all I was doing was getting physical therapy twice a day. They would come get me, take me down to the activity room where they do physical therapy, and they would work with me on my physical therapy twice a day. And I just felt like I could get stronger at home. I mean, I really did. Thank you all for being here. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Uh, it it amazes me how people take life for granted and how they think that the way their life is now is the way it's always going to be. You know, it's going to be, they're going to always be healthy, and I hope you are. They're always going to be living as young as they are now, and you're not, because we're all age and we all get older. But so many people take life for granted, and there's nothing you can do to convince people not appreciate life, because there's so many people out there that are not appreciating the life that they have. And I can understand people wanting more out of their life. I really can. But accept the life that you have now and enjoy the people that you have around you now, you know? And then the rest of it will come. Um, I wish there was something I could say or do that would open people's eyes to realize every moment that we have is a gift, and we're not promised that next moment. And you really can't until the person experiences it. Um, People waste their life on um, being angry at someone. People waste their life on being mad because they don't have the things that they think they deserve. Well, what do we deserve? Let's just think about that. Thank you, Jessica. Home is the best place to be to get better. I wanted to come to. Yes, home is the best place. When people realize that we have a lot more in common than we do that not in common, it's a lot easier to live your life. But if we continue to believe that we are so different, which we're not, we're none of us are that different from the other one. We all have feelings. We all have wants, needs, desires. Um, you know, when we can look at other people and see what they need instead of what all we need, then we can start growing, you know? Hey, sis Angel, how are you? Welcome in. Face the Ace. Hello. Oh, your friend is Nez. Well, you got a good friend in Nez. I love me some Nez. Angel, how are you? So, drop some things about y'all's channel. I know if y'all don't know this, Jessica does dumpster diving videos on her channel. Um Angel keep its let's go back up here. Hold on. Let's go back. Cupid's Angels auction. She has auctions on Saturday. You'll want to follow her. I feel good today because me and my family passed out food and clothes to the homeless people today that I found in the dumpster. Oh, nice. It's always good to give back. It feels good. Oh, did Christina come in? My sister? She sure did. You're not late to the party. So good to see you. You're finding some good stuff. You found some good party things. I saw that. I have just been telling them all about my hospital stay. So glad you made it. You passed it, Angie. Oh, I found it. Um, One thing I'll tell y'all, I haven't had an appetite. I haven't had an appetite whatsoever. I want to eat. It's just nothing tastes good. Honestly, I can't taste. Everything has a metallic taste to it. Like, I don't know. James said, just think of something that you want, and I'll go get it. Whatever you think you might can eat, and I'll try to get it. I sat and I thought about you know what I could eat. We have all kind of meat in the freezer. We have steak and pork chops and chicken and any kind of meat I could want. Deer meat. I couldn't think of anything. I can't think of anything that I would eat to say, oh my gosh, go get me this. I want to eat it. I just don't have an appetite. Thank you, Gladys. James was going to cook hamburger steak, gravy, mashed potatoes, um, corn, and something else last night. And it got to be closer for the time for him to cook it. And I said, you can cook it for you, but I don't want you to cook all that and think that I'm going to eat it. And I don't want to hurt your feelings by not eating it. But I'm not going to eat it because I'm not hungry. But if y'all just only knew the very little that I ate in the hospital the entire week, I ate hardly nothing at all. Nothing. When you're fighting an infection like that, you lose your taste buds. Oh, I didn't know. Thank you for telling me. Sis, I didn't know. When I had COVID, I lived on tater tots. I had to eat something. Today before I got on my live chat with you all, James said, okay, I'm gonna need you to eat something. because he's reminded me to eat because I'm not even thinking about food. Which, I mean, I could go a year without really eating and it would not hurt me because I'm so large. But so I took uh a piece of ham, like sandwich ham, and I always dry it off real good to try to get all that sodium and watery off of it. And I ate a piece of that and I drank something, and that's all I had. And it took everything I had to get that down. Just one little slice of ham. I just could not even hardly get it down. It's so crazy. You ate just enough to get out of there. Hospital food is not good. No, it's not. But James was bringing me. Let's see, what did he bring me one time to eat? That was a couple of times he brought me something to eat, but I told him to quit doing that because it wasn't no sense in spending that money when I wasn't even really. Oh, he brought me breakfast one morning, a sandwich from Burger King, and I took about 2 bites and he ate the rest of it. I said, I can't. And then another morning he brought something. I said, don't go buy and get anything else. You're wasting money because I'm not going to eat it, whatever it is. I know you understand, Gladys. I know. And I understand you more now, too. You have zero appetite? Yeah. Mine is just in the, it's just bad. And usually steroids make you hungry, you know, but I've been on 7.5 for so long, which you have to be on a huge, but they were pumping me full of, like I said, they had it in my IV. They were giving it to me by mouth. They had it in my breathing treatments. I mean, they were pumping me full of steroids, just pumping me full of steroids. So I'm surprised I wasn't eating everything. The hospitals around here had shrimp scampi, and it was pretty good. We had shrimp scampi one night. We had spaghetti. We had hamburger steak. We had um Sunday. Sunday, they brought a burger around, and I thought this looks pretty good. I'm gonna try this burger, and it had everything. It had the lettuce, tomato, the onions, the pickles, mayonnaise, mustard, anything. I mean, I loaded this burger down. I was like, I think I want this. I think I'm gonna eat a few bites of this burger. So I get it all made up, and it had fries with it, which the fries wasn't too good. But so I get it made, and I take my little knife, and I always have to cut my burger in half. And I get half of it, and I take it, and I take a bite of it, and as soon as I take a bite, I'm like, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just I couldn't taste it. And I was like, that's not what I was expecting. I said, okay, let me chew this bite up, and maybe the next bite will be good. Have y'all ever done that? Like had something and thought, well, the next bite is going to be better, you know? So I chewed that up and tried to enjoy it or whatever. Then I took another bite of it and was real excited, like, I'm going to eat this burger. So I took another bite, chewed on it, and I went, no. After the third bite, I just laid it down and I said, I can't. And I wanted to like that burger. I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to want it. But it just wasn't happening. It was not happening. I rarely have an appetite. That's why I fast always. I mean, I'm not complaining about not having an appetite as far as the weight, but it takes a lot to lose weight because I'm on a steroid. So I would have to go without food for a long time before it would start affecting uh my weight loss. I could have lost a few pounds when I was in the hospital. I don't know. They weighed me when I went in. I don't know which the bed weighed me. Have y'all ever had that happen? They laid me flat on the bed and they hit a button and the bed had a scale and it weighed me. So actually I was weighed and I was shocked of how much I weighed. But when you're sick it's hard to get food down it. Yes. So yeah, it was a cool bed. Let's just put it like this. I really didn't want to know how much I weighed, and I know well now I'm why I didn't want to know how much I weighed. But like I said, I think I've lost uh, a few pounds since the hospital because of me not eating. I've heard of beds like that. I think my mama was in one in the hospital. Yes, I did. So, um, I'm gonna do a couple of videos on some gifts that I received while I was in the hospital. I'm gonna do try to do my neighborhood chat, which I haven't done in so long. Mine and Josie's talk is coming up in February, and I was looking on the calendar, and it's actually the second uh Thursday, which is the 13th, and it's on my channel. The calm before the storm, our second show, and mine and Ella's keeping it real is this Sunday on mine. I'm gonna get the thumbnail up um today or first thing in the morning. Oh, what do y'all have planned for the end of the week? What do y'all got going on? Anything happening? How's the weather? It's supposed to be in the 70s. It's supposed to be in the 70s here. What day is that? Hold on a minute. Let me look. Um, it is 64 right now. Okay, 64 degrees. It's supposed to be 72 tomorrow. No joke, 72. 69 the next day, Friday. 66, 71, 73. I mean, it's crazy. We were in the 20s. Now we're up in the 70s. It's just crazy. Hey, Pam. So glad that you dropped by, honey bun. How are you? Yes, prayers answered, Pam. Prayers answered. I have to tell y'all this. This is y'all gonna laugh about this. Okay. Y'all know a month or so ago I got stuck in my yard, right? Because of it raining. Okay, so um yes, it's supposed to be 71 on Sunday here. Oh wow. It's 13 here and 18 tonight. Oh wow, Claudette. Um, so it had rained 2 days, and it was raining the day that they released me from the hospital. So I told James, I said, well, how am I going to get in the house? Because I can't go around on the side of the house. We're going to get a sidewalk put up so I can ride on the sidewalk to get in and out of the rain. But we don't have the sidewalk right now. So he said, "Don't worry, I'll get you in the house." I'm like, "Oh gosh, I don't need to get stuck in the yard because I don't have the strength to stand up and walk a little bit to get my wheelchair unstuck. I just don't have the energy, and I don't want the ambulance to come back to my house anytime soon." So we get home. I have to pull around to the front where my mailbox is. I know if you've ever watched my videos outside that you know where my mailbox is. So I have to ride around on the main road where my mailbox is, and I have to go down beside my mailbox full speed and just not stop and just keep going till I get to my front door. I have to just go, 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 go. James said, "Don't stop." You know, they didn't release me from the hospital. I didn't get home till 5 in the afternoon. And they were supposed to release me that morning. And they didn't get the paperwork done till 5 that afternoon. So it was almost dark by the time I got in the house. So I'm going down this hill, kind of like that little, it's kind of like a little hill. And then you keep going, keep going, keep going. And then there's my ramp and everything for me to go in the house. I made it into the house, but I couldn't believe that's the way I had to get into the house. Luckily, nothing happened. Thank goodness. Yeah, have a good day, Jess. I'm dropping another Party City video soon. Nice. I wish I could go dumpster diving like you do, Christina. I know that you enjoy that or you wouldn't do it. All those finds, I can't imagine. I know it never gets old either for you to just find stuff. It would never get old to me. I don't know what you do with all of it and where you put it all. I know you have rummage sales and stuff, but I don't know where you store it till you have a rummage sale. Passion Stacking GWAC. Well, hello. How did you hear about the channel? Yeah, they do take their time at the hospital. Oh, you have a shed. Oh, okay. How'd you hear about the channel, Passion? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, today is Wednesday. I think James works Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then he's off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Is what I'm thinking. I'm Jessica. 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 What Jessica? Not the one that cleans house, Jessica, are you? I'm the only one in my house shocked at what I find, but I'm always stunned. She said no. She has over 4K. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what Jessica. Oh, okay, Jessica. Got you, sweetie. Got you. Got you. Got you. So glad you made it. I'm just hoping that the steroids didn't give me the pumpkin face. You know how they'll give you that round uh pumpkin face. That's like when I went live in the hospital and I wouldn't show my face. I didn't have my makeup. There was no way that I was getting on that video. I had the oxygen in my nose and no makeup, and I was like, that ain't happening. I know that sounds kind of vain, but I don't know. I just have never. I never would get on video with or get in front of people with no makeup that I really didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm always stunned when you find what you find, Christina. We always say, why would anyone throw this out, right? I know. That's what I always say, Claudette. Why would people throw stuff out like that when they could donate it or give it to someone that could use it? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Claudette. Oh, thank you, Christina. I have a heifer head. No, you're beautiful, Claudette. Yeah, you did see part of my face. Yeah, I noticed that when I went back and watched the replay. You could see part of it. Yeah, you could. But one night when I was at the hospital when I first went in, my oxygen was 87. It was running like 85 to 87, and my oxygen had come off of my face during the night while I was sleeping, and my oxygen level dropped, and the nurses come running in there, and it had then got down to 87, and they said, "Oh, no, 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 that's too low. You got to sit up. You got to sit up." I've been so busy. Oh, I wish I could paint. I would love to be able to draw and paint. And oh my gosh, I just think that is the greatest gift that anybody could have is being a artist where you paint. And you know these people that can look at a person and just draw them. You know what I'm saying? Just draw what they look like. I'm thinking, how in the world do people do that? They can just sketch the way the person looks. And to them it just comes easy, you know? And and other people are like, no, no, that's not easy. That's difficult to do. Yeah, I know, Pound. Just think, Andrew, when we get to heaven, we'll be beautiful without any makeup, no wrinkles. Um, I think we're all going to be 33 around that age. That's how young we're going to appear, is the age that Christ was when he got crucified. My son has been drawing since he was 12. He has stuff that I've framed. Oh, that's so wonderful, Claudette. Yes, we do. We do. We glow from the inside out. Pam said, that sounds good to me. Jessica said, I'm young. And also with all the treatments and the IV and all that they were giving me, it was causing, without my makeup on, y'all can't see this, but it was causing my cheeks to be like really, really red, like I flushed, you know what I'm saying? Like really red, and this was red right here, and here I was just, and I was so hot. And people would come in my room and go, it's freezing in here. And usually I'm the one that's freezing, but I wasn't freezing. And I would go, no, I'm burning up. I cannot hardly breathe. It's so hot in here. And I know it was because of all the steroids I was getting. Yes, you're absolutely right, Claudette. Steroids are Satan. I mean, just those, and I don't know how many times they had given me 10 milligrams instead of 7.5. I don't know how many times that had happened before I started getting nauseated and sick, but it only took a few times for that to affect me like that. And if I hadn't have looked in my medicine thing when she was giving me the medicine and been aware of like something's not right, and I looked at those two pills and I said, that's not right. How are you getting 7.5 out of two 5 milligram steroid pills? And she's like, oh, yeah, 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 that's right. You're getting 7.5. I said, well, no wonder I'm nauseated and hot and just, it's the steroids. Those take your appetite too, make you have crazy dreams. Oh, yeah, and I've been having crazy dreams for sure. No, there is no room for that because it could have caused me to stay in the hospital a long time. And then, see, the last time that happened, I just slept all the time, and there's about 2 weeks in that stay that I cannot even remember. When I was in there before years ago, I was so out of it that I can't remember. Like people would say, "Oh, I come to see you in the hospital," or "We visited you in the hospital," and I didn't even remember it. I didn't even remember any of it because I was just sleeping a lot. But I would wake up and talk to him. That was what was so weird. I would wake up and talk to him, and then I would go right back to sleep. It was just weird. No, that's not going to work. That's another reason why I wanted to come home. I mean, nurses and doctors are human beings like we are. I mean, they make mistakes, but I don't need them to make a medical mistake on me. I don't need them to make a medical mistake on anybody. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I don't want that on anybody. But I don't want them to make a medical mistake on me for sure. So what's going on YouTube tonight? Um, I think Margie is having her auction. I know Pam and Josie have theirs Friday. Um, what else is going on? Anybody else got anything going on tonight on thank you, Claudette. I'm glad I'm still here too. When I fell that day and the ambulance got here, all I could think of was, oh no, not this again. Not this again. There is, I'll be live Thursday night. Oh, okay. Oh, that's wonderful. Hey, Josie, how are you? Welcome in. I was wondering where you were. I've been telling them all about my ups and downs of hospital life. It was an experience. I'm gonna tell you that. Some of it was good, some of it was not so good. But if I had to rate it, I would say it was probably around the 8. I mean, after we got all the kinks, out of it, everything started smoothing along. Uh, but it was all good. I still hadn't got my appetite back. I haven't ate very much. Uh, PT came to the they came while I was in the hospital, so I've had physical therapy. My home health nurse came yesterday, and my physical therapist is supposed to be back. Oh yeah, next Wednesday they're supposed to be fitting me for my new wheelchair. They had it scheduled for this past week, and Warren had to tell them that I was in the hospital, so I'm a week behind. But I talked to him today, and he said the guy's gonna come next Wednesday and get me fitted for my new wheelchair and all the bells and whistles that we want to put on the wheelchair. So maybe I'll be getting it pretty soon. I hope so. So Josie, she is with Pam. Um, she has auctions on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. She does jewelry box um unboxings. She has another channel, Josie Cares. She hadn't done a video on that channel in a while. But she collabs with Pam's Treasures. They're going to have an auction Friday. Josie, you can put that link in there if you want to. Hello, Sweet Peace, Quebec. How are you? Hey, Nana Tink, how are you doing? Are you getting an automatic hookup to YouTube? Haha. I wish. How are you, Nana? I made it home. I'm trying to get my full strength back. Like I said, my physical therapy is coming back tomorrow to start. Which I got physical therapy in the hospital because I told them as soon as I got in a room, I said, "Look, y'all got to call physical therapy. Y'all got to get physical therapy coming because I got to get up out of this bed. I can't stay in this bed." So they started. They got physical therapy to the room, which was a good thing, and started getting me up out of the bed, standing me up, seeing how long I could stand. Um, which I don't think, had I not been doing physical therapy before I went to the hospital, I don't think I'd be doing as well as I'm doing today because I would have been a lot weaker by not having physical therapy. They are paid to clean you up. Yeah, they are, Josie. Some of them don't like it though, and they will, and they are ugly to you. Yes, poor old Lincoln. Oh my gosh, the baby is still sick. They started him on breathing treatments today. He still has the double ear infection. Taylor just texted me and said she's got ear infections. They just can't get well. That their family cannot get well. Brent started out with the flu. I guess he handed it down to everybody there. James started out with the flu here, gave it to me, or I got it from somewhere. And then I go into the hospital, and y'all know that story. And we had never had this much sickness follow our family before, ever. All right, Passion. Thanks for dropping by. Hey, Madeline, I sent you an email. I sent you an email about my gift. I opened it. I love it. I'm gonna do a video on what you sent me. It's adorable. I just love it. Oh, Taylor said he is one tough baby. What he's been through, but God, he he makes babies like that for them to be able to endure a lot of sickness. They handle it a lot better than adults handle it. I know when Taylor was sick, when she was a baby with her hydrocephalus and going back and forth in hospitals, having surgery and all that, she seemed so strong and able to endure all that she was going through. And I just found out then that God instills in little children the ability to handle so much at such a young age. Hey, GJ Threefull. Yes. Anyway, Josie and I have our the calm before the storm on my channel on February the 13th. It's a later show. It's at 6 p.m. Central, 4 Pacific, because she's on the West Coast. I'm about to learn these time zones after 4 years of being on YouTube. I'm about to learn something, I guess. Um, yes, amen, Nana. Well, Matt had to have tubes in his ears 3 times. Taylor never did have trouble with her ears. It's shocking to me right now that she actually has an ear infection. I've never heard of her ever having an ear infection, ever. And I don't know what this flu is that's going around, but it must be pretty bad because it's taking a hold of a lot of people. Yes. Oh, good, Madeline. Good, 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 good. So, like I said, now that I'm back and I'm getting my strength back, I'm gonna be doing my lives with like Ella Sunday night, keeping it real, and then Josie, and then I'll be doing my own videos and getting trying to get back in the routine of everything, and hopefully I'll get my appetite back. I kind of want it back, but I kind of am glad that I don't have an appetite. So maybe I can lose some weight because once I saw my weight when I went in the hospital, I was like, "Ooh, that's not good." And so it's not doing me harm as long as I keep myself hydrated. Me going without food is not the worst thing that could happen. I mean, it's like Dr. Now, the doctor on 600 Pound Life. He said he tells his patients you could go without food for a year and it's still not going to be danger to you. And that's the way I would be. I could go without food for a long time and it's not going to be that dangerous because as big as I am, I could live off my body's fat for a year or even longer. And strong and terrible. I do too. Dr. Now is something else. It took 6 kids 6 hours to eat all the apples in the apple orchard. How many hours would it take? 3 kids. Ooh, GJ Threefold, my mind does not work like that. When I took algebra and we had, all right, this plane is leaving this airport at this time, and this plane is leaving this airport at this time. What time in the air will they cross over? I'm like, no, no, mm-mm. Y'all need to check out Josie's channel. She's amazing. She helps out so many different channels. She hosts a lot of different people. She hosts Selena, and I wish I could remember Selena's little country house. I can never remember Selena's channel. And Scooter Renee, she hosts them one night to do auctions. She's hosted Black Widow and Jennifer. What is Jennifer's channel? The Dark. I cannot remember all these channel names. And she'll help anybody out. Josie will help anybody out. She's wonderful. I just love her to death. She's a real good friend of mine. No, Dr. Now does not play. He does not. And he will not let you play with his program. If you're not going to do it, he just tells you bye. Answer none, because the first 6 kids had already eaten them all. Oh, yes, Pam, just like you. She has a heart of gold. That's why y'all make such a good team, is because y'all both are such loving, caring people. Josie and Pam make a really good team together. They're both Christian ladies. They both stand firm on what they believe. They don't try to hide it. They're very honest with it. They're very sincere with it. They'll pray for anyone that wants prayer. Josie has a thing on Facebook that she has a prayer group that she'll put you in there if something's wrong, which she had me in there. Thank goodness I had people praying for me. I needed it, and I thank the Lord for that. Prayer angel group, I think that's what it is. And these ladies are very serious about their Christian belief, which I am too, and I'm so thankful that I have these 2 ladies in my life that can be there to support me like all you do. What y'all do for me, only God will be able to reveal it to y'all one day, because y'all don't have a clue what y'all mean to me and what it's meant to me this last week, for y'all to be praying for me and being in my life and knowing that I'm going to get better to go back to be here with you all and be a part of something and be a part of this community. It has just been wonderful. I mean, y'all can ask James. He knows what it's meant. Nana Tink, she's a wonderful friend of mine. Beautiful person. She would do anything for me that I asked her to do. And I would her. And Nana Tink's just that way with anybody. Yeah, moving furniture around. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nana. That's the way I feel about you. I'll have to. What has Josie been moving around? What's she move around now? Is it on one of her videos? Did she move her living room furniture around? What'd she do? You be careful moving that furniture around, Josie. Seriously. Bedroom furniture. Oh my gosh, Josie, you be careful doing that, honey bun. What kind of apple is an apple? Hint. It is an apple when you look at the word. Yeah, she amazes me too. Cause she, even if I was healthy and could be ambulatory and up walking around, she'd probably work circles around me. So that's the way my grandmother always was. I was in my 30s and my grandmother could just work circles around me. I mean, just outwork me hands down. Hands down, outwork me. Nana, when's your next Nana Tank, when's your next auction? When are you having another auction? Nana's guessing GJ Threefle's quiz. A pineapple. Oh, okay, gotcha. Have you got that link, Nana? Can you drop that link? Is that auction with friends tonight, or what is that? I don't really care for apple pie. James loves it. I really don't care for apple pie. I think I got sick on apple pie one time and I hadn't been able to eat it since. Oh, we got you, JJ34. I understood where you were coming from. Yes, I'm having absolutely awesome Brenda on with me. She wanted to come on again just tonight. Oh, nice. I've been missing Brenda. She used to have some good things. She's so cute. Never had that. Never had that, Claudette. Never had that. My favorite is pecan pie, but I need to learn how to make it with trivia instead of sugar. Um, Josie said apple pie and ice cream. Pam, pecan pie is my favorite, which I love a good egg custard pie. But I love pecan pie. Love it. Always have loved pecan pie. And you can have ice cream with that too. You can have ice cream with pecan pie. You can have ice cream with all kind of pie. Why do bananas go to the hairdresser? I don't know. Oh, there's my wonderful brother from another mother, CJ. Hey, CJ. How are you? Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Still weak. I'm not going to lie, but I'm getting a little stronger every day. But I just felt like I would. They wanted me to do a step down no, swing bed at the hospital and stay another week and do physical therapy. But I told him I'd do physical therapy at home. I felt like I would do better at home than to stay at the hospital. I was getting so tired of that bed. I was getting so tired of it. I mean, I couldn't get up unless they would come in there and help me. And here at the house, I can get up by myself. And I didn't want to lay in that bed for hours on top of hours waiting for somebody to come in there and help me up. So no, I do better at home. So glad you dropped by, CJ. I love you. You know I do. Hey, there's the cool kid, Nora the Stock Explorer. Welcome in, Nora. So good to see you. Y'all visit CJ. He's got videos that he does. He goes thrifting a lot. He loves to thrift. He goes to different places and he has great videos about it. He buys wonderful things. He has an eye for really nice things. Check out Nora's channel. She does scratch offs. She collabs with people doing that, and she does the stock market. I am so glad y'all stopped by to see me today. I really appreciate it. I've missed y'all um so much. I'm gonna be on here a few more minutes and then I'm gonna go and uh see what James is doing in here. Get in my recliner and rest a few minutes. They want me to prop my legs up at least 30 minutes a day. You're so funny. So if y'all have anything going on this week on your channel, drop the link. Let everybody know if you're having a sale. I've tried to remember everybody's and tried to mention. Nana's got one tonight. Josie and Pam's got one Friday. Josie has one Saturday. Thank you, Nana. I love you. Yep, one day at a time. One day at a time. All right, my beautiful, beautiful friends. You know I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I truly, truly do. Oh, thank you, Josie. Let me play this for Miss Josie. Let me play this for Josie. Thank you, Josie. Super chill. Thank you, Josie. I love you. That's compliments of Nana Tink. She made that super chat song. Yes, sweet Josie. Y'all, thank you for coming by and spending time with me today. I have really, really enjoyed it. It's made my day. Y'all make my day. And I'll see y'all on the next neighborhood chat. Bye, everyone.